all project partners in the Interreg Baltic Sea region program can, and most likely will, report their staff costs. In this tutorial, I would like to explain how to document the staff costs with the documents called Report of Hours and Employment Confirmation. I am Václav and I work for the financial team at the Managing Authority and Joint Secretariat. First, let us recall that staff costs in the Interreg Baltic Sea region program are reported on the basis of simplified cost options, namely unit cost called hourly rates. If you are not sure what simplified cost options are, we recommend you to watch our tutorial Introduction to Simplified Cost Options. If you would like to recall the principles and rules concerning the staff costs and the hourly rates, you can find them in the tutorials How to Construct Your Budget in Small or in Core Projects respectively. As explained in the tutorials, for each country there is one defined hourly rate. This hourly rate is applied to any employee of any project partner from this country. For the reporting of the staff costs, you need only one document which consists of two parts: Report of Hours and Employment Confirmation. You are not required to send us any further documentation such as accounting documents. However, in exceptional cases, we might request a copy of your employment contract during the verification of the expenditure at later stage. The Report of Hours and Employment Confirmation is a dynamic PDF form which you can find on the project website under the button Projects, section Project Toolkit, subsection Reporting. Before showing you the content of the document, we would like to provide you a few technical instructions on how to use the PDF form. First, when downloading the file from the web page, please save the file on your computer before opening. This can be done, for example, with the right mouse button, menu point Save Link As. Second, open the downloaded and saved form with the software called Adobe Reader only. Please use the version 10 or higher. Other PDF viewers or internet browsers will not be able to open the form, or they might even damage the form and its functions. Third, the form is dynamic. This means fields might be hidden or calculated automatically. Fourth, you need one report of hours and employment confirmation per person and per reporting period. Fifth, in the document you will find gray fields with guidance text. Please be aware that these fields will be automatically hidden when printing the document. And now we finally come to the most important information: how to fill in the form. The first part, called Identification, is a joint part for the Report of Hours and the Employment Confirmation. Here you are asked to specify the partner report number, project number and short name of the project, project partner number and name, the address of the project partner including postcode, town and country, first and last name of the employee, and the employee position. These data are further used in the other parts of the form, for example in the header or in the employment confirmation. Part 2 of the form is the Report of Hours. Point 2.1 Staff reporting period will be generated automatically depending on the working time registration under the later point 2.3. Under point 2.2, please provide a summary of the main tasks carried out by the relevant staff members during the reporting period. This description should detail the work related to the project implementation and justify the number of hours reported. The core part of the report of hours is the section 2.3, registration of the working time. In the uppermost field, you select the relevant month and the year, for example, March 2023. After this, you will record the working hours for each day of the relevant month. For example, on 1st of March, the person worked 6 hours for the project and 2 further hours for other tasks. By other tasks, we mean hours spent at work, but not on the actual Interreg Baltic Sea region project. On the 2nd and 3rd of March, the person had a vacation, and the 4th and 5th were the weekend. Therefore, no working time is recorded for these days. And so on. This way, you fill in the whole month. After this, you can add an additional month. Let's say our example person did not work on project tasks in April 2023 at all, but in May 2023 there were again project-related working hours. In this case, you can skip the month April and you can start right away with recording of the working time for May. If you scroll now back to the field 2.1, we can see that now the staff reporting period is March to May 2023. The reported hours are summed up under point 2.4, and here the employee and their superiors are asked to sign the report of hours. The third part of the document is the employment confirmation. The first 3 points are pre-filled based on data from the first section. Under point 3.4, you are asked to indicate the standard weekly working time of a full-time employee in the project partner organization. Usually this is 40 hours or a bit less. For our example, let's take 40 hours per week. In contrast to this, under point 3.5, you are asked to insert the weekly working hours of the specific employee for which the employment confirmation is signed. This number does not include only the project tasks, but all working hours of the employee for the project partner organization. In our example, the employee has an employment contract for 20 hours a week. The field 3.6 calculates automatically the workload. In our example, this is 50%. These data are important for the partner report. The workload influences the maximum of hours which can be reported. In the field 3.7, please specify the type of employment. In most cases, you will select the first option, an employment contract resulting from the relevant national labor law. However, in exceptional cases, the second option might be relevant, which is the equivalent of the employment contract. If second option is selected, the form will ask you to describe this equivalent of the employment contract further. The last requested input in the employment confirmation is a description of the tasks or roles of the employees related to the project implementation. In contrast to the description given earlier in the report of hours, this description should summarize all tasks and roles allocated to the relevant employee for the whole project duration. The employment confirmation needs to be signed by the employer. Under normal circumstances, the information in the employment confirmation will be identical for the same employee in all staff reporting periods. So, If there aren't any substantial changes to the employment document, such as change of the workload, you will just repeat and reconfirm the earlier information. The signatures of both the report of hours and the employment confirmation can be done either physically on paper and scanned to a PDF file afterwards, or they can be signed with an advanced or qualified digital signature. In the last part of the document, section 4, we prepared a summary of those figures which you need to copy to the BAMOS Plus system. In this way, you do not have to scroll through the document to find the required data. After entering these data into the partner report in BAMOS Plus, there is one final step to be done. Please upload the signed report of hours and employment confirmation into the partner report. In case both parts would not be in the same file, you can upload further files as additional documents below the table. I hope now you know better how to document staff costs in the Interreg Baltic Sea region program. Should there be any further questions, please contact our team via your project lead partner. Thank you for watching and see you next time.